Hello learners, welcome back to the course on construction methodology. So in today's video, we'll try to understand how a column reinforcement looks, how we have to read the column reinforcement. We'll try to see two, three, practical drawings, and we'll try to understand how we are going to read the reinforcement drawing. Then we'll try to see the different, the different way of giving the column dimensions and reading the column reinforcement, and then finally we'll try to see another example or another drawing, and we'll try to understand how we have to read these drawings, and also we'll try to understand how the columns are designed practically. So we'll quickly start with this. So this is how your column looks. Okay, so this is a column, and they have done the marking for keeping the column starter. If you can remember that we had covered up to column starter, and they are doing the marking for the column for the column box to be kept here. So this is how this is a dimension of a column, and we'll try to see this. So imagine this is a column C2, and the size of this column is 300 by 300, and the grade that you're going to use is M25, where we know that M stands for mix and 25 is the characteristics compressive strength that you're going to achieve at the end of 28 days. And it's written 4 of 16 diameter. We'll try to see this again. And it's written something like 8 dia at 150 center to center spacing. So we'll try to understand this one by one, right? So imagine this is a column now. So the name of this column is C2. Where it is mentioned? It is mentioned here. It is C2 column. And where all these things will be mentioned? It will mention the column layout drawing, which we are going to see after understanding this. And the size of the column is 300 by 300. So the size of this column is 300 by 300. Again, this is also 300, and this is also 300. So it's like a square column. Now we'll concentrate on this. What is written here? 4. There is a dash written here, and it's written 16 dia. So how you have to read this? This means that this means that you have to provide 16 diameter bar. So this hash stands for diameter. Some engineers write hash here, some engineers write diameter here, some engineers write Y here. So it's all one and the same. So I'm writing hash here. That means you have to provide 16 diameter bar. That is fine. How many numbers you have to provide? You have to provide 4 numbers of that 16 diameter bar. So we'll try to see how it is done. So we'll try to see how it is done. So see, so you have to provide 16 diameter bar of how many numbers? 4 numbers. So this is my one bar. This is the first bar which has gone. This is the second bar. We call this as longitudinal bar, and this is my third bar, and this is my fourth bar. So it was written here as 4 bars. So we are providing 1, 2, 3, and 4. So how many diameter? It's written again 16 diameter. So all these 4 bars, what you're using, you have to provide it as, you have to provide 16 diameter bar. Fine. So once it is done, the next is, this is called as lateral ties. In case of beams, we call this as stirrups. When we are going to see the plinth beam, I'll explain you there. As of now, understand, when we speak of beams, we call it as stirrups. When we speak of columns, we call this as lateral ties. So this is the first lateral tie. You can see the rings here in the local language. I mean, if you're working at some site and the contractor laborers, they call this as rings. But that's not the right way to call. You have an engineer, you have to call it as lateral ties. And when we are speaking in terms of speaking for the beam, then we have to call it as stirrups. So this is one lateral ties. This is the second lateral ties, and this is the third lateral ties. So now we have to understand this. What is written here? Again, it is 8 diameter. Then you have to provide 8 diameter of lateral ties at, so some engineers write here at the rate of, that is at 150 center to center spacing. So C to C means center to center spacing. That means you have to provide a 8 mm lateral ties here, and the spacing between these two lateral ties should be 150 center to center spacing. What is written here? 150 center to center spacing. It's written here. So this distance will be 150 center to center spacing. Similarly, this distance will be 150 center to center spacing. So I'm trying to show you how it looks. So this is how a stirrup looks. So this is how it looks. So yeah. So usually for the column, we are going to keep it like this. So if I'm keeping one here, imagine I'm keeping another one somewhere here. So this distance, what we can get, that is center to center spacing. It can be 150 or it can be 175. It can be 200 center to center spacing. And these are called as hooks. These are called as hooks, and this length should be either 75 mm or 10 times the D. Suppose if you're using 8 diameter bar, what is 10 into 8? 10 into 8 stands for 80 mm. So this length should be 80 mm or 8 centimeter or 75 mm, whichever is greater. So imagine you're using a 6 mm bar. Imagine you're using a 6 mm bar. Then 10 into 6, 10 into 6 comes out to be 60 mm. But minimum we have to provide 75 mm. So this length comes out to be 75 mm. But this day 6 mm bar is not available. Whatever is available is 8 mm, starting from 8 mm. And for the lateral ties, we are going to use 8 mm. So this comes out to be 10 into 8 is 80 mm. So 75, I mean 80 is greater than 75. So we are going to provide this 80 mm and even this as 80 mm. So this is how we are going to provide it. So we'll try to see it again. So this is how it is, 150. So this is a column, and these are the longitudinal bar. It's written 4 of 16 diameter. So this is 1, this is 2nd, and this is 3rd, and this is 4th. And this center to center, these are called as lateral ties. The center to center distance is 150 center to center spacing. And as I showed you now, these are called as hooks. We call this as hook. So this length should be either 75 mm, minimum it has to be 75 mm, or 10 times the diameter of the bar that you're using, whichever is greater. So if you're using, because it's written here 8 mm, right? You have to provide 8 mm bar to this. So 10 into 8 comes out to be 80 mm. So we are going to provide this as 80 mm and 80 mm. So imagine you're using 10 mm instead of 8. If it is written 10, usually if you're going for big columns and if the shear reinforcement is more, then we can go for 10 mm bar. So in that case, what will happen? 10 into 10 is 100 mm. So you're going to provide this length as 100 mm and 100 mm. This is how we have to do. So we'll try to understand the practical drawings what we have. So before understanding, we'll understand that. Yeah, whenever you get a drawing, try to see what's written here. So again, it is a column layout, and what is written here in the notes, all dimensions are in feet and inches and elevations are in meter. Since it is a house plan, because look here, New Kishoreganj Road, the proposed residence for Sumit Ji. So this is a house residence. So usually when you construct small houses, the dimensions will be feet and inches. But if you're working in big industries, in that case, it will be in mm and meter. So we'll try to understand this. Again, it's a column layout. So all these are the column they have put. There's one column here, the second column, third, fourth column, fifth, sixth, and so on. So each column has got its own name. So this is a, so this column, the name of this column is C1, and the name of this column is also C1. The name of this column is C3. The name of this column is again C1. So again C2 column, C3 column, C3 column, C5 column, C1 column, and so on. So we'll try to see this. What is this? It's written as 10 inches. So far, whatever we saw, we were speaking in terms of meter. Since it is feet and inches, we have to either understand how much feet is mm, or you have to try to convert other way around. For example, it's 10 inches. I know that 1 inch is 25 mm. If I have to convert this, then it comes out to be 250. So 10 into 25 is 250. So this length is 250 mm, and 1 feet 6 inch. So 1 feet is 300 mm, and 6 inches again, if 1 inch is 25 mm, then 6 inches comes out to be 150 mm. So I know that 1 feet is 300. So 300 plus 150 comes out to be 450 mm. So if I have to convert this in terms of mm, then the size of this column will be 250 mm by 450 mm. But if you're reading in terms of feet and inches, then we call this as 10 inches by 1 feet by 6 inch. So same thing, same if you also almost all the columns are of same dimensions. Almost all the columns are of same dimensions. Only the thing is the orientation has changed. So all these columns are vertical, whereas this column is horizontal. So why it is vertical, why is horizontal? It depends on the architecture requirement. And when we design it in details, we'll try to orient it based on its based on its major axis and minor axis. That is how we are. So it's architecture requirement. Maybe architecture doesn't want this column to be vertical, so he has turn the column to the other way around, this way. He has kept it horizontal, so he has kept it horizontal. This is how we are going to do. So we'll try to understand it in a more clearer way. So again, it's written as schedule of column. So what is the name of the column? C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 are the name of the column. So how many C1 columns are there? There are 4 columns. Again, if you want to cross verify, you can cross verify that. So there is one column here, second column here, third column here, and there should be one more column somewhere here. So 3 C1, and there is one more column. So there are 4 columns. So that is why it's mentioned here as 4 columns. Similarly, C2 has 6 columns, C3 has 3 columns, C4 has 1 column, and C5 has 1 column. So the idea of giving this number is either to get an idea how many numbers are there, I mean how many number of columns are there, and also when we try to find out the quantity of the concrete required and all. So this becomes very helpful to us to find how much C1 column require. I mean how much concrete is required for the C1 column, how much concrete is required for the C2 column, how much shuttering is required for the C2 column. All these things will help you in finding out that material quantity. Right. So next is the size of the column. Again, this is 10 inch by 1 feet by 6 inch. All the columns are of same size. Only the thing is C4 and C5 column have been tilted. I mean they have been turned. I mean they have been rotated by 90 degree. So this comes out to be 1 feet 6 inches, and this comes out to be 10 inches. Whereas here this horizontal distance was 10 inches and the vertical was 1 feet by 6 inch. This is the other way around. Fine. Now we'll try to understand this reinforcement again. So far we have understood a simple plan. Now we'll try to understand this. So second, simple. So try to concentrate on this now. So what is written here? Y of 12. So this is Y12. Y is actually 12 stands for again diameter. Y stands for yield stress, or you can call it as HYSD bar or yield stress of the bar. So what is written here? Again, it's written as 12. So you have to use 12 diameter bar. So how many numbers you have to provide? It's written here. You have to provide 12 numbers of the bar. That means you have to provide 12 bar of 12 numbers. So we'll try to count this. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there are 12 dots here. So that is why it's marked as, I mean, it's dark in color. So it's mentioned 12 here. So if you're not getting an idea how it looks, we'll try to see an image of that. See, so this is how a column looks from the top. Right? When you're seeing it from the top, you're going to see only this portion, right? You're not going to see the entire length of the column. Only the top circular portion is visible. That is why in the structural drawings, they are going to give you that dot. The dot means you have cut the section, you have cut this bar, and you're seeing it from a top view. So for example, the same thing if you want to read it out here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and there's one more here, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Suppose if I want to read this, then you have to provide, say this is 16 diameter bar, then you have to provide 16 diameter bar of 16 numbers you have to provide. So this is how it looks from the top side. The same thing these guys will write here. So you are seeing it from the top. Now you are able to understand that from where you have to keep how many bars. So in this length, so that is in 1 feet 6 inches length, this vertical you have to provide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars, and 2 bars at the center. The same thing was mentioned here. Same thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here they have provided two more bar extra. This is a different drawing. The drawing what I'm explaining is different, and the image what I'm showing is a different thing. But hope you have got an idea how to do that. So according to my drawing, these two lengths should not, I mean these two bars should not be there. This has to come somewhere here, and this has to come somewhere here. Then this bar, I mean this drawing and that drawing will relate to each other. So similarly, yeah, so hope you understood this. We will try to understand this. Again, what is written here? Y of 12. Again, you have to provide 12 bar. How many numbers? 8 numbers. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So you have to provide 8 numbers of 12 diameter bar. Similarly, you have to provide 16 diameter of 12 numbers. Again, try to count it. You are going to get 12 numbers. Similarly, you have to provide 12 diameter bar of 12 numbers. Similarly, you have to provide 12 diameter bar of 8 numbers. That is all vertical bars. What I'm speaking so far, all that is vertical bars. Now we'll try to see what is that lateral ties, right? So hope you know what is lateral ties. These are the lateral ties. If you want, I will go back to that. So these are the lateral ties. So this so far what I spoke was about this length. How many vertical bars is required? Now we'll try to see what diameter of this bar has to be used. I mean the lateral ties, and what should be the center to center spacing of these two lateral ties. So again, we'll try to read out this. What is written here? Again, y of 8, and that means you have to provide 8 bar at this is 7 inch. Again, you have written it in feet and inches. The 7 inches comes out to be 175 So in this particular column, you have to provide 8 mm lateral ties, and that center to center spacing should be 175 mm. That is 7-inch comes out to be 125 mm. Similarly, here you have to provide 8 mm bar again, but that again it comes out to be 7 inches. That is 175 mm. Now come to this. Here also you have to provide 8 mm lateral ties, but what is the center to center spacing? It is 8 inches. 8 inches comes out to be 200 mm. That means again this center to center should be, instead of 150 here, now provide 200 center to center spacing. So that is what it is. So this is how you have to read the drawings. So these are the will not concentrate on this. These are the different hooks that you provide. So for what we saw is only a single hook, but when you go for different buildings and based on the load, you'll be providing 2 to 3 lateral ties. One is this master ring, the bigger one. I'll try to explain it here. One is this entire, the master ring. This is the one master ring, full mastering. Then inside you have to provide another mastering. Then you have to provide one hook. So that I'll try to understand. That I'll try to teach you next line. So this is up to here, it is clear. But one thing that should have come into our mind, why is that it is 7 inches here, 7 inches here, and why this spacing has increased to 8 inches now. So all this depends on design criteria, how we are going to do the design based on the shear reinforcement, based on the load coming on that. We are going to design all these things. So all these are the design point of view. So when we try to understand ETABS or some other software, I'll be explaining with that. But as of now, we'll try to understand how these bars are designed, right? You're providing 16 diameter of 12 numbers. You're providing 12 diameter of 8 numbers. That we'll try to see here. So imagine you're doing a column design, and imagine the load coming on your column is some 1000 kilonewton. And we are considering the dimension of the column to be 300 by 450 mm. So roughly I'm explaining you. So the width of the column, that is the width of the column is 300 and the depth of the column is 450. So based on this, all these calculations we are going to do, finally I've come to that I need 4860 square meter of steel is required in this column. That is, I require 4860 square meter of column. To satisfy this, how many number of 12 diameter or how many number of 16 diameter I have to provide, that I'm going to design. Now we'll see that. I require 4860 square meter. So what I'm doing, I'll provide 12 mm bar of 6 numbers, and also I'll try to provide 16 mm bar of 4 numbers. So how much is the total quantity I'm getting? I'm getting 1483 square meter, whereas I require 4860. But by providing 12 mm bar of 6 numbers and 16 mm bar of 4 numbers, I'm getting only 1483. That is why I'm getting a warning here. Increase the bar diameter or the total number of the bars provided. So first I'll try to increase the bar diameter. Instead of providing 12 mm bar, I'll provide 20 mm bar. And instead of providing another 16, I'll also provide 20. So still it's coming. Now I need 4860, but it's coming 3142. Again, increase the bar diameter or total number of bars provided. So instead of 20, I'll try to keep this as 25 now. So instead, again, it's coming again 4860 is required. So 3848 is what I'm getting. So I have two options. Either I'll try to increase the diameter again here. So now it is okay, fine. I'm using 25 diameter 6 bar and 25 diameter 4 bar. That means I'm using 25 diameter 10 number of bars. 6 plus 4 is 10. There's nothing here. We are going to make use of only 2 diameters. Okay. So both are 25, 25. Now the steel provided is okay because 4860 is what I require, and I'm providing 4909 where I'm more safer than that. It's the one way of doing, right? So while releasing your drawings, you have to write like provide like it's mentioned here. So you have to provide instead of 12 of 16. What I'm going to do, if I'm making use of this drawing, I have to give 25 of 6 number and 6 plus 4 is 10 number. So what I have to do? So write here 10 hyphen y of 25 diameter. So this drawing will go to the site and those people at the site will do the execution. If not this, I was getting a warning, right? I was getting a warning. Increase the bar diameter or total number of bars provided. So far we played only with the diameter of the bar. Instead of increasing the diameter of the bar, I'll try to increase the number. Oh, I cannot increase it again. It's already increased 25. So we'll try to see it again. Okay, fine. See. So 25 diameter I'm using. So I'm using 4 and 4. I'm providing only 8 number of bars of 25 dia. So I require 4860, but I'm getting 3927. So what I'm going to do, instead of keeping 4 here, I'll try to make this as 6. So now it is okay. The steel provided is okay. So here also instead of providing 4, I'll try to provide 6. So that is also safe. Steel provides. But the thing is, I require only 4860, but I'm providing 589, which is I'm trying to be more safer. So in the process, what I'm trying to do, I'm putting more steel, which is turning out to be uneconomical. So what will happen? So that is not required for me. So I'll try to make it as 4 again. So now it is fine, right? 4909 is much safer. I mean 4890, 4860 is required, but I'm providing 4909. It is good. If you provide 6, we're actually wasting the steel there. Even then it comes out to be safe. You are 1000 safer again, right? You require 4860, you're providing 5890. That is fine. You can go even with this, but unless you're increasing the cost of the steel and construction, it's better you go with 4. 6 of 4 is enough. So this is how it looks. So 25 of 6 means you have to provide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is not there because we are not using, yeah, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to provide 6 bars at the outer face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this 25 diameter again, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to provide. Blue is anyhow we are not giving. This is not because we are not mentioned anything here. So blue there is nothing. Only we have to provide 6 plus 4, 10 bars of 25 diameter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will be the outer. And again 1, 2, 3, 4 will be in the inner side. The same thing was mentioned here. The same thing was mentioned by these people when we release the drawings. I hope you guys have got an idea how to understand the drawing and how practically we do the execution and how we do the design. So we'll go back to the PPT again. Yeah. So the column details is over. So we'll try to understand this again. So this is again a different drawing. Again, now it will be easy for you to understand. So look at this. So again, the column size is 200 by 600. The name of this column is C8. So how much is the steel that is required? The bars. Okay, now only up to here I'm concentrating. So just concentrate on this portion. So bar what I require is I need to provide 16 diameter of 10 number of bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fine. Now we'll come to this. Again, the name of this column is C9. And what is the dimension? It is 200 by 450 is the dimension of this column. So how many diameter of the bar I have to provide? Here I have to provide 2 diameter. One is 16 diameter bar I have to provide of how many numbers? 8 numbers. And I have to provide 12 diameter of the bar of how many numbers? 4 numbers. That is why the dark one, what you can see, it is dark here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 dark circles. And those 8 dark circles represents you have to provide 16 diameter in that position. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the one with the white, that is without there is no dark circle in this, right? It's a kind of transparent. So you have to provide 12 diameter of 4 bar. That means you have to provide 1, 2, 3, 1, third one here, and fourth one here. So you have to provide 12 diameter of 4 bars here. So this is your stirrups. So this is your not stirrup, the lateral ties. So this lateral ties we have to provide. Forget about this 4-legged, 5-legged. Forget about this. I'll explain it in the next slide. Just concentrate on this. That is 8. Again, you have to provide 8 bar at 200 center to center spacing. Same thing each and everywhere they have provided 8 bar of 200 center to center spacing, 8 bar 200 center to center spacing, 8 bar 200 center to center spacing, 8 200 center to center spacing. So this column will go from foundation to the ground floor. And from ground floor to the first floor, again the same thing will continue. Again from the first floor to the second floor, the same thing will continue. Again from the second floor to the terrace level, these things will continue. So you'll be getting from each floor, in each floor, how many column rebar you have to provide, what is the spacing to be given. Each thing will be provided in the column layout and the column reinforcement drawings. So this is how we try to understand the column reinforcement drawing. So again from the first floor to the second floor, again you have to provide same bar goes right from the bottom, from the foundation level to the top. You can see the same bar goes here. 16 diameter 10 bar goes up to the ground level, and from ground level to the first floor again 16 diameter 10 bars will go again. Again 16 diameter 10 bars will go, and this is the last portion, right? Because second floor to the terrace, then the load will be very less. So because of that reason, what they have done, the number of bars has been kept same. So instead of providing 16 diameter bar, we are providing 12 diameter bar. You have to just lap the bar. So what is lapping and all, we'll try to understand in some other class. So you have to lap the bar, and instead of providing 16, try to provide 12 diameter bar. So same thing will be same thing they are going to do in each and every place. If there is a requirement, if you feel the load coming on the terrace is less compared to the load coming on the second floor and the first floor, you can decrease the diameter of the bar. Usually we don't decrease the number of the bar because again that will create a problem. It's always better take the same number of bar throughout. Look at this, right from the bottom, 8 plus 4 is 12 bars they are providing. So 12, 8 plus 4 again 12. 6 plus 4 is 10. They are providing. Here they have reduced to number of bar. because they feel like in the second floor the load coming is little less. That is fine. Again, they have provided 4 and 6. I mean, yeah, 10 bars they have provided. So this is how we do the column design. I mean, we understood how we do the column designing. We understood how to read the column drawings. So we'll go to the slide again. So this is done. So we'll try to understand this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll finish it off here. Yeah, thank you. We'll see you back in the next video.